He clears his messages every night before bed, like it's part of brushing his teeth, and then he tells me nothing is wrong while I'm standing there watching the screen go blank. It's not hidden. That's the weird part. He doesn't sneak off to the bathroom or wait until I'm asleep. We'll be on the couch, TV still on, my legs over his, and he'll open his phone, scroll, pause, and then just delete everything. Whole threads. Not one person. All of them. Then he locks the phone, flips it face down on the table, and asks me if I want tea. During the day, it shows up in smaller ways. His phone is always locked, even at home. If his battery dies, he borrows my charger but keeps the phone in his pocket while it charges. If I pick it up to check the time because mine's across the room, he reacts before I even unlock it. Like a flinch. Why do you need my phone? Not angry exactly. Just sharp. Alert. Like I crossed into something without realizing it. He says it's privacy. That word comes up a lot. He says his past made him protective of his phone. He says he's had people go through his stuff before, accuse him of things, twist conversations. He says he promised himself he'd never let that happen again. He says deleting messages helps him feel in control. Lighter. Like it's cleaning out clutter. I try to act like that explanation lands. I nod. I tell myself everyone's different. I tell myself I don't want to be the kind of person who monitors someone else's phone. I don't want to be suspicious. I don't want to be that girlfriend. But it's every night. Not after a fight. Not after I ask something. It's just routine. Dinner, show, messages gone, phone down, sleep. When I finally asked why it had to be daily, why it couldn't just be occasional if it was about peace of mind, he got defensive fast. He said I was counting. He said I was watching him. He said that was controlling. He said it made him uncomfortable that I even noticed. And then suddenly the conversation wasn't about the deleting anymore. It was about me and why I couldn't respect boundaries. So now I don't bring it up. Or I bring it up softer. Or I joke about it. Or I say nothing and just notice it anyway. We met at a friend's birthday thing. One of those loud bar nights where you don't expect to actually talk to anyone. He spilled a drink on my shoe. He apologized too much. We ended up outside because it was quieter, talking about work and how neither of us thought we'd stay in this city long. It was normal. Easy. He texted me the next day. Full sentences. No games. At the beginning, what felt good wasn't excitement. It was steadiness. He replied when he said he would. He showed up. He didn't disappear for days. After a few messy situations before him, that felt safe. Predictable. Like I could relax. When we moved in together, it was practical. His lease was ending. Mine was expensive. We already spent most nights together anyway. It felt like the next reasonable step, not some big leap. We split groceries. We argued about where to put the couch. We built routines fast. The phone thing started small. First, I didn't even clock it. I noticed once that his messages were empty when he handed me his phone to show me a photo. He laughed it off and said he hates clutter. I thought that made sense. I delete emails all the time. Then I noticed it again. And again. Always before bed. Always clean. No history. Felt organized. Intentional. But not in a dramatic way. In a boring way. Like taking out the trash. The first time I felt a real flicker of something, it was because I went to grab his phone to set a timer while cooking. Mine was charging in the bedroom. He was right there. He reached for it faster than I did. Not angry. Just quick. I'll do it. And then he watched the screen while he said it like he didn't want it out of his hand for an extra second. I told myself I was reading into it. I told myself people are allowed to have things that are just theirs. I told myself trust means not needing access. But the pattern didn't stop. And slowly, without deciding to, I started adjusting. I stopped touching his phone at all. I stopped glancing at it when it buzzed. I stopped asking who he was talking to when he smiled at a message. Not because he told me to. Because it felt easier not to. When I did ask questions casually like, who were you texting? The answers were vague but not secretive. A friend. Work stuff. Just random. And if I followed up, even lightly, his tone changed. He'd say I was interrogating him. He'd say it felt like he was being watched. And then I'd apologize for making it weird. I've explained it to my friends in ways that make it sound fine. He's just private. He's had bad experiences. It's not like I think he's cheating. I hear myself say those things and I believe them while I'm saying them. Or I want to. The contradiction sits there though. I tell myself I respect his boundaries, but I also feel myself losing trust in small, quiet increments. Not because I know something bad is happening, but because I know I'm not supposed to know anything at all. I stay because I don't want to turn into someone I don't recognize. I don't want to be suspicious without proof. I don't want to start monitoring behavior and looking for signs. I don't want to become paranoid over something that could be nothing. And leaving feels dramatic when I can't point to anything concrete. There's no message I caught. No name I can say. No moment where he slipped up. Just a habit he defends and a feeling I can't fully justify. The thing that finally stuck with me wasn't a fight. It was a night exactly like all the others. He deleted his messages, locked his phone, put it face down, and I realized I was holding my breath, waiting for it like it was part of my own routine now too. I'm still here. I haven't decided anything. I just know I'm trying to respect privacy while feeling like something is being kept from me, and I don't know at what point those two things stop being the same thing. When does privacy turn into secrecy?